And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fourth episode of Blockchain Talks. Today's topic will be about real estate NFTs. More on that later. Naturally, as promised, I'm going to take a look at the current market, what it's doing, and make predictions for the next forthcoming weeks. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. If there are questions, as long as I'm projecting the screen here, due to not having a dual monitor, I cannot see your questions, though put them in the chat and I'll respond to them as soon as possible. So yeah, let's begin. Currently, we're the 15th of June 2021. Market is looking quite green after, well, a prolonged time of being red. So it's a nice change of color, I dare say. So market is doing well. However, I'm interested in what Bitcoin is doing. As soon as I know what Bitcoin is doing, I will know what the entirety of the market movement will be. So here we are. Price seems relatively stable today. I'm going to refresh just to make sure I'm up to date. So in the last 24 hours, well, when compared from 39,000, we're still at about 40K. So we broke the 40K border a few times for the last 24 hours. In previous videos, I said, well, previous episodes of Blockchain Talk, I said that we are currently going sideways with the market, and that only if we see an entire uptick for prolonged amount of time above the 40K level, that we might be seeing the beginnings of a new bull run. So I'm going to stick to it. However, naturally, most hype crowd will say, yeah, we're in a bull run. It restarted, as you can see here. Nice uptick. That's the 7-day. 14 days. Yeah, well, also at average uptick with the biggest down here last week somewhere, 8th of June. Well, lowest price. Now, naturally, I'm someone who prefers to see things long term. At this point in time, I dare say we are not out of reach. We're still within the bounds of 40K to 30K range, I dare say. So it's positive news. We are finally up and above the 40K level. It seems there's some strong support occurring there. However, what I do want to point out, this is, well, the crash from all-time high in May. And well, as you can see here, there was some prolonged time also, or 2 to 3 days above the 40K level. And up here, also in May, a few times we were hitting 4K levels. And well, I dare say we're still within range. I dare not say a bull run has begun, though it might be the case. I dare not say for certain. For that, I need to take a closer look at the current state of the market. Well, I'm going to get to it. But from what I can see, we're still going sideways. So I do not see an immediate uptick this month. We're still at an average of about 37K. However, in reality, it is being estimated at about 40. Like I said, we're going to take a look. So on a 2-week interval, like I said, average price would be probably somewhere here, 37,500, perhaps even less, so near the 37,000 level. 7-day. You can see, okay, we are in an uptick, but I'm more interested in what the market currently is doing. And from what I can tell, it's being relatively stable. I cannot see an immediate uptick here or, well, see an average trend line which is bullish in nature. There's some good volatility going on, which is fair, I dare say. Well, fair. It's good for traders. You have a nice range to trade in and make, well, some decent gains. But if you look at weekly basis, okay, we are in an uptick, so this might be a first indicator we might be restarting the balloon, especially here. So there's a little optic here. That might be something like this little hump. That's why I prefer to look at the greater scheme of things. 2 weeks seems, well, continuing that it was actually brought forth since last week's episode that we restarted a little run. However, it's too short notice to be sure. I want to see an average trend in 3 weeks' time that is entirely upward. By reason, much can change within the next couple of days, that suddenly support is being lost and that we fall back towards 35k level. So I dare say hold your horses. There's some nice volatility here for active traders to make some decent gains. Long-term holders, I dare say hold your horses for a while. Do not buy in immediately. You should have done so, well, in my previous episode where I said that we're still going sideways, so probably near the 30k level that we were. So that's here and here, more or less here. Anyway, as you can see, month long, we're still going sideways. We're not out of the clearing. I want to see value somewhere here. So that would be $42,000 somewhere. Yeah, that's 45. So somewhere here. At that point, I dare say rather the clear, because that's latest high value achieved since a month. So that would be a good indicator. In general, long term, as you can see, all-time highs are here, and well, this is, well, indication we are still going sideways. So in the long term, as you can see, nothing exceptionally happening. It's only when you zoom in that you might probably see a positive trend, and probably some of the less experienced people will start hyping and say, yeah, we're breaking through. I dare say we're still going sideways. However, anything can happen, as mentioned in the last episode of Blockchain Talks. Anything can happen. There can be a sudden crash. There can be a sudden firm like Apple saying, okay, we're launching here, and we just invested a few hundreds of millions of dollars within Bitcoin. In that case, yeah, we might see some serious bullish movement. But I dare say we're still going sideways. However, it seems there are indications there's a buildup of momentum for a new run upwards. Where it will reach, I have no idea. But when regarding my Twitter feed and various people hyping up, even some renowned names, I have the impression there's a lot of hype, a lot of momentum being created. And like a spring, it's now coiling up. We're not immediately seeing the results, but on long term, I'm really talking about a matter of weeks and months, might be the case, well, we have enough momentum to once again relaunch the run. But we shall see. Predictions for the forthcoming week. I am inclined to say we are still going sideways, though there's a possibility from what we are seeing now, we are creating decent support, and that we might actually see the beginning of, well, a new bull run. That's what I wanted to share about the current state of the market. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to continue with the main topic I wanted to talk about here at Blockchain Talks, which is about real estate NFTs. Now, it came to my attention through this tweet that I suddenly saw popping up on my feed. And as most of you know, I have a variety of live streams. I've got a Dutch one where I talk a diverse array of topics. I have my Crypto Bull, where I talk mainly about projects I take into focus and do a full technical analysis, either demanded by you guys, the guys watching, or naturally random pick by myself, where I think, okay, that logo is to my liking, or I did a quick addition here of hour, minutes, and the date, and came out at a certain number, which I look up on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, and pick and choose, really. So, yeah. I also have Blockchain Bros with Abu American, where we also talk a variety of issues concerning cryptocurrency, blockchain, etc. Blockchain talks are incepted by reason, well, Blockchain Bros is slightly slowing down. Abu American has a lot of things on his mind. He's also a very busy man. Both of us are. And well, the last couple of episodes didn't really come true. I forgot about him. I was with family. Well, life got in the way, to put it bluntly. So yeah, it's not that we are beefing or something, still good friends. However, life gets in the way and we have our own stuff we are taking care about. And that's one of the reasons that I started doing blockchain talks, so I can still talk about, well, blockchain and cryptocurrency, because it's my main schmick, like they say, my main thing I like to talk about. Anyway, like I said, first real estate NFT, so real estate NFTs, it's something which popped up on my feed. And as most of you know, I'm quite a technical guy. I love seeing use cases for cryptocurrency projects, and I like to see the implementation of blockchain technology in a variety of things. Now, this real estate NFTs is blockchain based. For those who do not know what an NFT is, an NFT is shorthand for non-fungible token. What is it? Well, it's actually a digital file. It can be audio, it can be video, it can be an image, it can be a textbook. Yeah, okay, still sharing, sorry. Textbook, etc., being tokenized. What does it mean? Well, the file is being uploaded to the blockchain. A blockchain can be the Ethereum blockchain with a special protocol. I believe it was ERC1188. Can be uploaded to Ravencoin blockchain, etc., etc. What you get is a unique token, and it reflects the non-fungible part. Non-fungible means you cannot exchange it for something else, which is the same. Like if I have, for example, one Bitcoin, I can switch it with another Bitcoin because the value is the same. Its contents are the same. However, with an NFT, this is not the case. I have one unique NFT, which is a piece of crypto art. I also have another NFT which exists, which is, for example, a piece of text. Both are different from each other, one mainly being their contents, music, and, well, what did I say? I believe it was some writing contract or something, but also their value is different. Now, what's the main importance and the main aspect of NFTs? NFTs enable, well, high traceability, gives ownership, undisputed ownership, by reason if you buy an NFT, it is being saved on the blockchain who the owner is. Also saved on the blockchain is the author, the one who created it. So what you have is some kind of ledger being created, token with a ledger, whereby, well, there's proof of ownership and proof of authorship. Those are not consensus protocol, those are mainly data which can be of importance. Now, NFTs can have a variety of functions. They can be used in a variety of applications. For example, the ones that I mention most often is like ticket sales, the sales of albums, so video recordings and audio recordings. I believe it was the White Stripes or the Red Stripes, I can't really remember anymore, who fully digitalized their music, but also made a copy as an NFT and started selling their own music as NFTs, which is unique by reason that the band directly communicates with their own fans. And there's no need for a record label because there's immediate proof of authorship and ownership of, well, the music themselves. So that's the first application. Naturally, with NFTs, there are much more applications and, well, use cases whereby they can be used. And I was very surprised to see this one, well, the tweet you've been seeing here on screen, which is about real estate. And somewhere, well, it took me by surprise, but somewhere I know something like this should be happening by reason real estate is all about ownership, having a clear track record of ownership. So what did these guys do in a nutshell? They created contracts, and those contracts reflect ownership of real estate, of a house, an apartment, doesn't matter. And they saved it onto the blockchain. Why is this important? Well, it implies that the real estate market can make use of blockchain technology for for security, but also keep nice track records. We're going to do a rundown of the tweets here. So this was posted on the 7th of June, so last week. I actually only saw it popping up after my previous episode of Blockchain Talks, and I was like, yeah, should have done that one, but no worries, I immediately planned it for today. So, yeah. So you have the unique opportunity to participate in this historic event that will revolutionize the real estate industry. So learn more for some awesome news, Proppy and share. Proppy is a real estate broker, and they sold the very first real estate NFT. Let's do a rundown here. Why is it so remarkable? 7 reasons. 1, budget Crunch Arrington via the first ever real estate smart contract on Ethereum. That is on a US limited liability company, that's LLC. Key exchange in the presence of Italy epic moment. Okay. With transferable property rights will be auctions. So this implies a house was put on sale. All contracts were being digitalized and put together, probably in some PDF file, and then uploaded on, well, I'm going to say an NFT broker built on the Ethereum network and put up for sale, which implies that not only did they indirectly put up the ownership rights for sale, but also the underlying asset, the house, which makes use of smart contracts, etc. So that's what's being called here. Transferable property rights will be active on Scene House. This transaction will unlock NFTing of US homes, as the PNFT protocol political framework are based on the US laws. So basically they're saying we managed to create a contract, an NFT, which is legally binding, which adheres to US law and legal framework, to be sold as an NFT and gives the owner of the NFT proper ownership of the underlying asset, mainly the house. I guess it here, one lucky bidder will access to the apartment ownership, transferred paperwork. So the NFT is transferred paperwork. Naturally, a digital image of the apartment, like most real estate, my apologies, real estate property. There are some images which go with the apartment to give potential buyers a view of what it's about. And unique art by street artist Chiz. That's probably an addendum to give it some more cachet. Can become a collateral in DeFi platforms. This will unlock $1 trillion opportunity for crypto companies. More details. I'm not going to get into it. It's a unique, easy to hold collectible. Will take over years. Needs to be resold after the auction, and it's an ERC721 token, which will only require real names of new NFT owners. So there is a little bit of a caveat, well, not really a caveat, but a small detail here. That's why I wanted to go through all these tweets. It's the first time I'm doing so I'm reading myself. It gives away a few additional details on how it's built up. As I can see here in tweet 6, can be easily resold after the auction. Okay, it's an ERC721 token. Okay, fine by me. But, and that's the important part, will only require real names of new NFT owners. So it implies there's an entire application built whereby you must make known your real name, and probably a verification process whereby your identity is being verified before you can own, well, the real estate NFTs. As an interview here. So let's continue. May rebuild the real estate industry or financing and resources. So that's a little bit of marketing talk. There are some talks which occurred because any ideas for yield farming, which okay, there's some publicity and there's already remarks. So who are Proppy? I'm going to open up. There we go. This is the website of Proppy, who, well, sold the very first real estate NFT. It's an apartment in Kiev. and the item has been sold. There were 43 bits, and for 36 Ethereum, so 93,000 US dollars. That's quite nice, actually. Concerning real estate prices here in Belgium, 93,000, it's peanuts. Take a look. But Proppy here, well, we're going to do a rundown of the site. It's as if I'm going to do a technical analysis, but not too much in detail. Just seeing what it's about. Multiple offers, okay. So yeah, that's what they're about. Let's do it all. All goes all the deal. There's every folio in one place. So yeah, Century 21 is associated. Escrow agent Japan. What's that? First American title, GLL, Cold War Banker. Got to say, only in Europe I know Century 21. The other ones I'm not familiar with. Excites our customers. Oh yeah. Right. We're on a mission to make real estate transaction faster, easier, and more secure. Offer management. Accept offers, automatically share information. So that's probably related on the buying and the selling of real estate property through the Proppy website in NFT form. So you can actually sign in as a user and will create your own NFTs if you want, for example, to sell your own house. Quite nice. I'm not going to do it right now, probably because I'm going to have to share quite a lot of personal details, which I am not inclined to do so during a live stream. So yeah, as you can see here, neat looking website put together. So there's a demo you can use. Pricing, yeah, always curious. These are the prices. Sign up, sign up. So you can work with agents. These are all the advantages you might have. Good ratings, okay. About. Remove, yeah. Self-driving and realtors are empowered by technology. Prop tech company, a lot of marketing talk. I'm curious about your resources. To ebooks indicated for more real estate professional. Okay, so that's webinars. How-to guides. Of course, I'm going to click on them. Offer platform. So yeah, they do an entire rundown on how the site works. I'm not going to get all too deep into it. They have a variety of webinars. You guys can probably see them. I'm going to. Yeah, webinars are freely available. Oh, my mistake. Purchase false assets such as real estate. This one stood out to me. Getting back to the office and current state of the market can also be an interesting one. So they do also webinars. I didn't know that one. I'm going to admit I did a first check of Proppy itself, and I was quite impressed with what they were doing. Probably because I was still my head in the clouds due to the very first real estate NFT being launched, and that it took me by surprise for the unique concept and application of non-fungible tokens or NFTs. What I can see here, there are quite a lot of webinars they've done. If you are a real estate investor and are interested in blockchain technology, I dare say check out these webinars. Let me know about it if they were interesting, if it wasn't some marketing stint ish thing. Why do I say marketing ish stint? By reason a lot of new blockchain based companies, while they have a good use case, are mainly using marketing tricks to attract customers, and those are covering the basics that most people like myself already know about, but are hyping it up to make them seem more interesting, but in reality are quite basic in the workings of blockchain technology. Just going to take a final look at its blog. There are regular updates, people involved, and crash course of NFTs. I broke down NFTs in 2 minutes. let's hope these guys didn't take an hour to rehash the same old stuff. So yeah. So with this episode, I dare say, Proppy is probably indeed the very first real estate broker who sold an NFT and an apartment in that case. Well, who sold an apartment as an NFT. Got to choose my words correctly here. So this once again shows an application of NFTs and blockchain technology. Was actually quite impressed with. I'm going to take a peek at their page here. It's from October 2, 2020. A lot of retweets. Retweets a lot. More Ethereum. So yeah, they're Ethereum based. But yeah, I just say go check them out if you're interested. Investing in real estate. Well, I bought my own house, and I've got to admit, I do not immediately have plans to launch myself into real estate businesses. So not in the rental properties, etc. My main reason, well, like I mentioned many times, even in my courses on Twitter and all my social media, I'm more or less of an educator, less of a heavy-hitting investor with a very, very wide portfolio. I invest, I've got a decent portfolio, but not that investing is my main business. I'm more of an educator. So at that point, I dare say this video is suitable. Well, this live stream is suitable for people who are interested in real estate in combination with NFTs. For those who are blacking out or listening this passive, know that it's possible to sell real estate as an NFT, so that you can sell homes, etc., on the blockchain. It has become possible. The technical analysis of it, for that you will need to dig deeper into Proppy itself. Probably other ones like themselves will be popping up future-wise. What more can I say? Yeah, probably making use of smart contracts to keep an eye on, naturally, the market value of certain buildings, certain apartments. Also making sure with the smart contracts that a variety of legal laws, etc., are not being changed and that they remain up to date, so that the purchases are still legally binding. So those are a few core concepts that need to be taken into account. Stop sharing my screen here, see if there's questions. No questions. So yeah, with that, I want to conclude this episode of Blockchain Talks. To rehash quickly, market currently, we're still going sideways, which is going to be my main prediction for this week and next week. Still going sideways. However, there seems to be a bullish uptrend going on. We're finally back at the 40K level. Is it temporary? Is it an indication of a new run occurring? I'm not entirely sure. I'm more or less still convinced we are still going sideways. However, if during this week or next week we're seeing a value of about $42,000 being maintained for Bitcoin, I might dare say we have been launched once again into, well, a new bull run, and that we might see better prices. Currently, I'm going to leave it at we're still going sideways. Might be a new possible bull run if we hit 42,000 USD dollar in value for Bitcoin, which implies something's happening. The market is back in uptick, and it's the beginning probably of a new bull run. In all other cases, we're still going sideways, and trade range is still in between the 40K and 30K range, probably the higher 30K range. So we're probably somewhere at a 35 with possible very low peak somewhere near the 30,000, but more or less 40K, 32K, somewhere there. So yeah, thanks you guys for watching, and up until next time, next week. Bye.